Hello and welcome to your exclusive look at the It's Just Paper Christmas Village launch. So I'm Katie Skilton. I'm going to be sharing a project with you today, and I'm also going to be showing you products that I'm going to be using. So I'm going to start with the Christmas Village die and A5 stamp set. So this comes with all these beautiful illustrations here, all in stamp form. And then the dies, for every stamp, you've got a die to cut around it, so it makes it lovely and easy to cut around them. Then I'm going to use the Holiday A6 stamp and die set. So all these in colour here, these are all dies, and these in black are all stamps, and they all work lovely together, so you can mix and match them. And this is the project I'm going to be sharing with you today. So I'm going to show you how to build a scene using these stamp and dies. So let's get started. So I'm going to start by, I've die cut 3 circles here, all of the same size, 1 from pattern paper and 2 from white. I'm just going to show you the patterned papers actually while I'm here, because within this set you get these beautiful patterned papers. So I'm just going to show you what those include. So you get the lovely kind of winter village there. You get these lovely sentiment kind of cards. Then you get this really pretty patterned paper, so that one goes really well with the stamps. And then you get a couple of wood effect papers. I'm just going to check. Oh yeah, I've got one here. I thought I'd used all of this one. So you get the grey wood as well. So some really pretty pattern papers there, and they all work beautifully in conjunction with all the die and stamp sets. So started off with my circle here. I've got 2 circles. I might actually only need 1. I just cut 2 in case it kind of went wrong. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to tear along the edges of these. I'm going to create a snowy scene. So this is kind of going to be our snow scene. I can probably get away with just using 1 actually. One side you want slightly smaller, so it's going to sit like that. I can move that one out of the way. I'll keep that one for another day. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to add some glitter to this because we want to make it like a snow scene. So I'm just going to bring in a scrap piece of card, and I'm going to use my glue and just glue along the edges here. I'm just going to add some wet glue to this, just along that ripped, like torn edge there. I'm going to do the same on this one. And then I'm going to sprinkle some glitter onto it, and that's going to create our snowy scene. Just carefully tip some glitter, trying to make sure it doesn't go everywhere. And I'm going to pop those to one side, and they can just dry. You can see the glitter there. They can just dry while we're doing the rest of our things in a second. Oh, let's pop that back in there. Now I'll allow those to dry, and what we will do is I'm going to take some of the stamps and we'll stamp those and kind of create all the building of the scene. So this is the actual stamp set here. So you can see it's an A5 stamp set, so you've got a lot of variety on there. And today I'm going to be using this one here, and I'm going to be using a taller one as well. So I'm going to use this one. Let's pop those on here like so. Just allow enough room so that, because they need to be die cut as well. So just make sure you leave enough room at the top for the die to go around. I'll ink these up. Get a nice impression with these. That's it. So then I'm going to take the trees as well, but I'm going to stamp the trees using my distress ink. So I'm going to use bundled sage to do the trees. And again, you've got a die to cut around the trees as well. So no need to worry about having to fussy cut around those, which is nice. Now I'm just going to use the bundled sage because that matches in beautifully with the green on the patterned papers. Oh, actually, I need to do my string of lights as well. Let's take these away. Got these really cute little string lights here. I'll stamp those. It's just those little finishing touches. It makes really difference to the project when you've got all these little details that you can add on. So there we've got all the elements that we need to create the scene that we're going to build. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to die cut those. I'm going to add some colour to them and I'll be back soon. So as you can see, I've die cut them and I've coloured them. So I've just coloured them using some alcohol markers. Now I've not coloured them in great detail, just added some colour around the edges and some colour to the roof. And you'll see when you put this against the white snow in a minute, it will really pop. You've got your trees there. And then I've also die cut the red piece. So I've die cut this 3 times. So I've done 2 from white. Now I've joined those together to make it thick. And I'm just going to add on the gold one. I've die cut 1 from gold. And I'm going to stick this one to the top of the 2 white ones. And that gives that nice kind of thick sticker effect when it's done. So I'm just going to use my thin nozzle glue and attach these together. Just making sure, just work from one end to the other and make sure they're all lined up. And then I've got a little bit there that's still in, so I'll pop that out. There we go. So that's all ready. Now, to create your snow scene, I'm going to take this original green circle that I die cut and I'm going to add on the snow. So the largest piece of snow I'm going to stick flat. I'm just going to use the wet glue to stick that on flat. I'll add that to the base. And then I've got this second piece here. So I'm going to add some 3D foam pads to that. Now this, it might still be a little bit wet, so I'm going to have to be a bit careful. But I'm going to add them just to the bottom because I want enough room at the top to tuck the house and the trees in slightly. So just leave enough room there so you're able to tuck them in a minute when it comes to gluing those on. Bring this one back in. Attach that one to the bottom. So now you've got this lovely snow scene to add all your houses to. So what I'm going to do, again, I'm going to add one flat. I'm going to take the taller one and pop that one into the background. That one's going to slightly sit behind here, like so. And then I'm going to take the more square house, if you like, and I'm going to pop this one on with some foam pads. That one's going to kind of sit in the front, just like so. And then I've got the trees. So the trees, again, they're going to sit in front of that tall house, but I'm going to tuck them in behind that snow. Let's just tuck that, move it over here a bit. And then finally that little small tree. So I'm just going to grab some scissors and then I can cut down my 3D foam pad a little bit. There we go. And that one can just sit on the edge of the larger one. So you've already can see you've started to build up this lovely scene. So I've got my Christmas lights here. I'm just going to dangle them coming from the edge. Now in this set there's a lot of silhouettes of people. There's a man walking his dog and building a snowman. So you can start to add lots of silhouettes to this as well. You can just kind of really have fun with them, play around with them and see what scenes you can build. Now I want to place that into this frame. So what I've got a 6x6 card and then a piece of pattern paper which I've just cut down slightly smaller. I'm going to add some foam pads to this one. So I will add those and then remove the backs because you don't want to watch me doing that, and we'll go from there. So I've removed all the foam pads just to show you. So I've used 2 different circles for this, almost just one size up from each other. So I've cut this one from that size circle, and then this one here, panel, from a slightly bigger circle. There you can see, so you've got that rim around it, and that's just going to allow us to have a background. So I'm going to take some patterned coral cardstock and pop that on there, and that's going to create your kind of 3D background, if you like. And then I'm going to glue this into that circle. I'm just going to make sure that sits centrally in the circle. Almost gives it like that snow globe feel to it, really. And then I'm going to take the red piece. So I've got this piece here, so that should be dry now. again, add some glue to the back of it, just using the fine nozzle. So this is just the CraftStash glue, but I just pop it into a fine nozzle bottle because for intricate dies like this, it makes all the difference. Pop that one on there. So we've got the word peace. So you can see now how that's all started to come together. I'm just going to pop this on a card blank. So I've cut a card back that's blank, that's slightly larger. So this is a 6x6 card blank, and the white frame around it, it just makes that snow pop. So it makes, and there you have your build a scene card. And I say there's so many different ways in which you can build a scene for that. In fact, I'm going to show you a couple more actually. So here's a couple more that I've made. So I did a quick one where I just used distress ink and popped that over the house and popped it onto an inky background just for a very quick Christmas card. And then I used the snow globe. I absolutely love this snow globe. So I popped the scene into the snow globe. Obviously you stamp and die cut around it. I've stamped it twice and I've actually built it up so that the dome is slightly 3D, and then just pop some little pom-poms over it. There's lots of different ways in which you can use these dies. They don't have to just be for Christmas. Obviously they can make winter villages, but I hope that's given you a little bit of inspiration, a little taste of what's in the collection. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoy the collection when it arrives. Bye.